Welcome to Lashify Live. My name is Jill. I am going to hang with you. Oh, I'm trying to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to hang with you guys today, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite ways to recreate the seal while you're wearing lashes. So this is a way that you can seal them after application. This is a way that you can touch up. I'm going to show you a couple different ways. We're going to talk about longevity. If you are new, welcome. Come join me on our website. Go to lashify.com. You're going to click learn. You're going to click live streaming. It's going to bring you to me, and then I can see all your comments. If you are watching on Facebook or YouTube, you can hang with us there. We will have someone from our team who is going to help answer questions, but come hang with me here. It's more fun, much more fun here. Okay, so I applied this map yesterday. I want to show you some tips and tricks on maybe you've applied a map, you're new, it's your first time, but you're like, okay, but like what are the hacks for keeping them on longer? I'm going to show you a couple different ways to seal your lashes, okay? So this is our map from yesterday. We applied some plushies, and I have on plushie, oh goodness, 11, 11, 13, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so I'm going to show you one way to recreate the seal on this eye, and then we're going to go all in on this eye. Okay, so the first way I'm going to show you is using our Bondage. So Bondage is more of an advanced bond. So if you're new, we say get the control kit, start out with that. Whisper Light, you know, Whisper Light's got a longer drying time. Bondage dries quicker, and it has Charcoflex in it. So because it dries quicker, we say like practice with Whisper Light first, right? Bondage is also a little bit more of a runnier consistency, so it's really easy to apply too much. So get things going with your Whisper Light, then come in and try the Bondage. So it has Charcoflex. Charcoflex is going to absorb more moisture and oil than our Whisper Light does. So if you're new and you didn't know it, what breaks apart our bond is oil. So because it's absorbing more oil, you're going to get a little bit longer wear. Can we clean the lashes with baby soap like we would with eyelash extensions? I suggest, oh shoot, I don't have it in front of me. I suggest using our pre-cleanse. I'm going to tag it right down here for you so you can check it out. So our pre-cleanse is a Japanese cleansing water. It is perfect to use, let's see, pre-cleanse, add to show. So it is a Japanese cleansing water, and what it is it's going to, oh! We almost tipped over. It's going to remove any oil, okay, from the natural lash, so it's great for prepping. But then, because it's oil-free, my light, I think it's too heavy for this. Because it's oil-free, what's going to work best is cleaning with the pre-cleanse because it's not going to disrupt the bond. Okay, so baby soap that you were asking? Using that with like water, any moisture that gets in there, you can get them wet, but I say try to avoid it. Any moisture that gets in there is going to slowly disrupt the bond. So let's do this. Marcel, let me know if that answers your question. Okay, so we are going to come in with the Bondage. So I've applied my lashes. I'm going to use Bondage to recreate the seal. I can do this right after application, or I can do it on day like 2 or 3 or 4 if I start to see some lifting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in first with my Bondage, and I'm going to press it into the spines of my lashes. Okay, so I'm going to come in, and I'm just going to really push it in there. You can come in, you can use the tip to get into that inner corner, but don't be afraid because now we're not worried about getting the lashes to stick. We're getting them to stay. So we're creating an extra seal on the outside, okay? So I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna push some Bondage onto the spines. I don't wanna brush it up. Then it's gonna get messy and weird. I'm literally just focusing on the spines, okay? And then once I have my Bondage on there, I'm going to take my blow tool. I'm going to use it to get it nice and tacky. So I'm going to push this on here for like 30 seconds. And then I'm going to come in with my Wandoms on my wand. So if you're new, with your purchase of your control kit or the purchase of your wand, you get a little pack of Wandoms. These go over the tips of the wand. They help with stickiness. Bondage is not a sealer, right? It is a bond. So it is sticky. I can feel that it's sticky. So I'm going to come in, I'm a little bit tacky, I can definitely feel it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fuse down with my Wandoms, and I'm using my Wandoms because, again, it's a bond on the outside, right, so it's going to be kind of sticky, so I want to use these to help with any excess stick. So I'm going to fuse down. This is going to give me that nice wide fuse too, right? So I'm going to fuse down for like 15 seconds, 15 to 30 seconds, and then I'm going to release, and if I were really sticky, if I was sticking to this, I would just blink away, okay? So if I was here and I lifted and I was sticking, I would just blink my eye away. Don't pull the wand away. But what we've done now is we've added Bondage on the outside of these lashes. Maybe we're on day 4 and we have like a little lifting, right? we added bondage, and then we just sealed it. So it's recreated that seal. It's kind of stuck it all back together. But I'm still sticky, like I'm sticking to the bottom over here, right? So what you can do is either seal with our Night Bond or our glass, okay? Let's use glass for this side. When I show you a different way to recreate the seal over here, we're gonna do it all over here. So what I can do, I can just take the glass and I can run it right along the spine. Or if I'm real sticky, I'm gonna come in, I can paint it in between these Wandoms because my Wandoms are already on. So I'm gonna paint it in between these Wandoms. And then I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna fuse down, same thing. So now I'm sealing on top of that bondage, so I'm removing that excess stickiness, right? Because if I left it, I would probably be sticky for days, and we don't want that, right? So we're gonna seal it in using the glass. You can seal it using Night Bond. Boom. So we've just recreated the seal over here. I do love Bondage for touch-ups. I really do, because I like how skinny this micro mascara wand is. I can really come in and just focus. Like if I had lifting here, I could focus right on that one spot. If I'm going on vacation, I will bring Bondage and my Lashicurl and a wand. Like those are my go-tos. Okay, so that is recreating the seal using Bondage. So we applied Bondage into the spines, let it get tacky, fused down with our Wandoms on, and then sealed it with our preferred sealing method. And on this side, we use glass. So now on this side, we're gonna recreate the seal using our heat fuser. But you know what I'm gonna do, or our Lashicurl, our heat fuser, using our Lashicurl. So actually, let's see. So we just used Bondage. I'm gonna tag Bondage down here. So if you wanna purchase the Bondage, you can click this. That's what we used on this side. If we wanted to come in, I'm gonna do 3 ways of sealing. And this is with the Lashicurl, we're gonna recreate the seal. Then we're gonna seal that on top, okay? So we're gonna do a triple seal over here. So maybe I have just applied my lashes. And I will say too, I can do that using Bondage. I can do that right after my initial application, or I can do it on day 3, 4, 5, right? With this, same thing. I can use my Lashicurl to heat fuse. So what we're gonna do, this is our heated lash curler. Has 3 settings. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna turn it up to the 3rd setting. I'm gonna set this down and let this get nice and hot, okay? So this has got a silicone tip, no wires or anything. It does get hot, but you're not gonna burn yourself. With the Lashicurl, you can curl your lashes while they're on. You can soften the curl while they're on. You can curl them while they're in the cartridge. You can soften the curl while they're in the cartridge. You can also, it has a larger side over here and a more precise side here, so you can kind of spot curl is what I like to call it. If you only want to curl like a lash here or like right at the end, or come in and do the whole thing by flipping it around. So mine, I can feel that it's starting to get wet, hot, not wet. I'm going to come in first though. I'm just going to fuse these down. Okay, so I'm going to act as if this is my last fuse for my application. Or if I'm doing a touch-up, I always say if you're doing a touch-up, fuse first. Come in, give her a fuse, right? Fuse it down, and then once it's gotten a little bit hotter, well, I'm gonna let it get even hotter. You wanna come in without your Wandoms, okay? So if you're like getting things ready, you have a wand. I always say I've got more than 2 wands, that's for sure. But I always suggest getting your wand and then a wand and putting Wandoms on it so you don't have to take them on and off and it's just like boop or boop. Okay, so my Lashicurl is nice and hot. What I'm going to do, I'm going to come in and I'm going to hold my Lashicurl and I'm going to keep it just on the spines, okay? Oh, it's so hard to look at you guys and do this. Okay, so I'm focusing it onto the spines and I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it for like 15 to 20 seconds, okay, on that 3rd heat setting, because what I'm doing is I'm reactivating the bond right here. So we are bringing it back to life. It is kind of like gooey all over again, right? So what we had was our lashes, maybe we had a little lifting. I'm coming in and I'm heating up that bond, and then we're going to fuse it back down to recreate the seal. So we're going to hold it for like 10 or 15 seconds. Get it nice and warm. And then I'm going to come in with my wand without the Wandoms because we need the coolness of the wand, okay? And I'm going to come in and that's when I'm going to fuse again right onto the spines. So the goal is getting again onto the spines. Okay, so if I wanted to get crazy, after I've done this, I could come in with the Bondage. But we already did the Bondage over there. So I'm going to show you how to double seal on top of your heat fuse over on this side, okay? So that's it. That's heat fusing in a nutshell. Super easy, super quick. I'm actually going to I'm gonna add a little curl right here. So when you're using the Lashicurl to curl your lashes, you wanna go slow. Just like when you're ironing, you're not like, done. You need to let it glide over the wrinkles, right? So same with this. We need to let this heat up. Give it a second. See how it just gave that curl on the end? Ooh! Let's do it one more time. The Lashicurl is addicting. Like fully addicting. You can curl your natural lashes with it. If you do, I say start on the first heat setting just until you can see, like, you know, you don't, if you have really thin, sparse lashes, you don't want to use the third. You want to go on like 1 or 2. It's very addicting because then you start getting like really precise. Okay, so we heat fused, right? So now I can come in and again, I can recreate the seal right on top of that using Bondage, or I can just do my Night Bond or glass sealer. So the difference between the two sealers, in your control kit, you get glass. Glass is going to give you a water-resistant seal. Both are going to remove any excess stickiness. The difference between the two, glass is going to give you a water-resistant seal. Night Bond is actually a black lacquer, and it's going to act like a piece of tape up under your lash, okay? So here's the glass. Here is the Night Bond. Okay, you can do them separate, or you can do them together. So let's do them together so you can see how I would apply both of them. So again, the Night Bond, remove excess stickiness. It's going to act like a piece of tape coming up and putting it underneath the spine here. So I'm going to come in here. It's got this precision tip, and I'm just going to press it into the spines. Okay, so I'm pressing it right into the spines. Thank you, Amy. And what I'm doing when I'm pressing into the spines, I'm just turning the wand as I go. So I'm taking it, I'm turning it. I want to use all the product that's on here so I don't have to keep dipping back in and out, right? So the key to combining, let me turn my Lashicurl off. The key to combining Night Bond and glass is Night Bond goes first, okay? Boom. So you want to think like we've just put that piece of tape up under there. We need Night Bond to now get dry. So even if I wasn't putting glass over it, Night Bond goes on top, and then you can put your, and then use your blow tool to get it nice and dry, okay? So we're going to get dry. Right now, Crystal, we have on plushies in 11, 11, 13, 13, 14, 15. So these were we applied yesterday on our live. Now we're coming in, I'm showing you some tips on how you can make them last. Okay, so we're pushing that air on there. And now I'm going to take my glass. So I like to say glass is always last, whether you pair it with Night Bond or use it alone, or if you heat fuse or do Bondage beforehand. Glass is always last, okay? Because it's like when you go get your car waxed and then it rains and the water kind of beads off. I know rain is a touchy subject for everyone in California, but it stopped, right? But when the water kind of beads off like that, that's what glass does. So if I put glass on and then put something over it, I'm literally just covering that, and it's not going to give me the, I don't know, it's not going to do what it's supposed to do, right? Any ideas when pluses will come out in other colors? Ooh, Kristen, I'm not sure, but you know what? Always keep an eye out. If you aren't signed up for our SMS or our emails, go sign up, because that's when we would make that sneak peek or the announcements. And also, make sure you're in our Lash by Life Facebook group. We have over, oh my God, so many people. Hold on, let me start adding these products. We have over, here, I'm going to add the Lashicurl down here for you guys to check out. We have over 120,000 people in our Facebook community, so definitely go check that out, okay? So now I'm going to come in with our glass. So our Night Bond has dried. Wait, before I come in with the glass, let me show you a trick with Night Bond. I was using it earlier. Let's see if we can find a spot. Like right over here. See how I have like a little bit of a lift? Let me change this to Night Bond. Oh, I don't have Night Bond on here. Let's add it. So see how I have that little dip right there? I want to get rid of that. I want to fix it so that, oh, you can't see it. I want to camouflage it. And that's why I love Night Bond. Add to show. Let's turn Night Bond on for you. Okay, I love Night Bond because it's not just a sealer in my eyes. It is perfect for camouflaging things. If you make a mistake, put a little Night Bond. Okay, so I like, because it's not sticky too. So like, see how like I can see a little bit more of my waterline over here? Maybe I don't want to. I'm gonna dot a little Night Bond right in there. It's gone. It's like it never happened. Maybe you have really light lashes. You can cover them a little bit with the top on the top with Night Bond. Maybe you are on day 3 or 4 and you're like, I have a little makeup and I don't feel like cleaning them. You're gonna come in, you're just gonna go like this. That's what I do a lot. Isn't that bad? It's not bad. It's great. Nylon's so good. Okay, so now let's make sure we get that nice and dry again. And then all we're going to do is put glass right over top. Okay, so we're coming in with the glass. I'm going to go boom, boom, and that's it. We have recreated the seal using Bondage on this side. We have recreated the seal using our Lashicurl on this side, and we double sealed with Night Bond and glass on this side too. So there are so many different ways to seal. This is both are really great techniques to use for touch-ups. Maybe again, you're on day 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, however many days. Maybe you're on a day and you get some lifting. You can either use that Bondage and recreate the seal the way that we did, or you can come in and recreate the seal using our heat fuse or using our Lashicurl to heat fuse. So these are just some quick tips and tricks for you guys. Definitely go join our Lashify Life Facebook group. It is the place to be. Follow us here. We do lives every day. We have another live here later today, so check it out. And let's see, follow us on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter and all the good places. I will be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. PST, 1 p.m. EST for our Wednesday drop. If you don't know what our Wednesday drop is, sign up for our emails, sign up for our SMS, because every Wednesday we might drop something, right? And it's amazing, okay? People are loving it. So go sign up for that so you don't miss it, and I will see you back here tomorrow, and we will hang and talk all things